This is a One Replica's SSBk Super Stunt lightsaber. It's a custom saber that's inspired by the design of the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber, but it does have slimmed down features. So the One Replica's Super Stunt saber line is comprised of a bunch of slimmed down hilts that have character inspired designs. So if we take a closer look, now, you can see this is a full-size hilt. It's mainly the diameter and kind of the pieces, that would extend out of that diameter that are slimmed down. So you see that very low-profile activation box there. Thin neck has a bit of a taper, and the pommel is also kind of a bit slimmer as well. And, very much a mostly uniform diameter throughout. Now, if we look at the top, we do still have that flared emitter at the top. And they're kind of these little cutouts there, and then the blade holder. And you can see that it is thin neck. You can see all the way down to the bottom. And then in the thin neck area, this is kind of a bronze coloring added to it. There's also sort of a bronze coloring on the top. There's blade retention screw right there, and an additional screw in the neck area. And then we get to this very grooved kind of grenade grip section. It's got the deep horizontal grooves and then the sort of V-cut vertical grooves. But, even though it has these grooves cut into it, it is machined well, so it's not sharp here or anything like that. Now below that we get to the activation box area, this kind of slimmed down activation box. And One Replicas does sell this activation box separately if you're interested in that. I know this is kind of one of the popular kind of parts that the company sells. It's kind of distinctive as well. Then there's also this clamp card, this kind of Obi-Wan Kenobi style clamp card here. And yeah, there are some of the clamp cards in the One Replica store as well. And then here we get this kind of tube section of the hilt, and it is emblazoned with the writing graphics, so that's kind of a neat touch. And there are a few little kind of cutouts there as well. And then the little kind of grooves above the graphics section and below. And then here we've got some more grooves in kind of this gear section. And then we get to the pommel. So the pommel is notched, and it does have this place where you can add the D-ring. So there is a D-ring included. You just would have to add that to the hilt yourself. And it is a vented pommel, but what's really neat about it is it's pretty discreet in the venting. So there's kind of this cutout ring, and then below that there's some small sound vents. So that's pretty cool. Now this hilt breaks down into several pieces. So here is the first piece. It's kind of the combination of the neck and the emitter section or blade holder. And then here's another piece, and then finally the pommel. So it does break apart into those pieces. It's possible it may break down into more, but I think looking in there, it looks like this is a solid piece. So I think these are mainly the pieces that come apart. Now a heat sink is included as well. And then there's also this little kind of like adapter ring for NeoPixel, installations. So it's got all these kind of cool things to it. And it does accept a 1-inch diameter blade as well. But it's just, really kind of a nice color scheme to the hilt. There's no sharp edges anywhere. And it just, feels like a pretty high quality hilt. So, I mean, really, the main thing with these Super Stunt hilts is they're sort of this adapted version of the character hilts, right? So they're not intended to be screen accurate, but it really is kind of cool and refreshing to see these slimmed down designs. It's kind of doing something different, with these familiar character hilts, and also making them a little bit more practical for spinning and dueling and all of that good stuff. But the design is also pretty cool too. So anyway, this has been a look at a One Replica's SSBk Super Stunt saber, and it's a custom Obi-Wan Kenobi style saber that is a slimmed down design. And One Replicas is a custom saber company based in Spain, and they operate an Etsy store. So feel free to comment below.